The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school junior varsity girls basketball. This afternoon from the campus of Darien High School, it is the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Ridgefield Tigers. Welcome in everybody to this DAF Media live stream. I am Damian Andrew and I am joined alongside for the first time on the DAF Media Network is Shay Karzewski.
Hi, yeah.
I said it right.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Thanks so much. Had a little technical difficulty getting this live stream on the air. We apologize for that, but we are underway here with 3 minutes left in the opening quarter between Darien and a Ridgefield junior varsity girls basketball team that has not lost a game yet this season. I talked to their head coach, Don Cornelio, before the game, and they are undefeated. And right now they lead the Blue Wave 6-4.
So far, it looks like Darien's doing a nice job keeping them somewhat contained, the scores close, and they've been playing some nice defense. So.
And that was Jamie Narciso, the freshman, who just made both of her free throws to give the Tigers an 8-4 lead. Shay, so glad you could be with us for this live stream. Double header today on the DAF Media Network. Darien's varsity girls basketball team will play the Ridgefield girls varsity basketball team coming up after this one right here on the DAF Media Network. It'll be a Blue Wave ball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
Yeah, it was a nice play. It's too bad that didn't go.
And so it'll be Ridgefield ball here. Again, we want to apologize for our technical difficulties. Thank you for tuning in to watch this JV girls basketball game here at Darien High School, and that'll be a foul on Rachel Herget of Darien as Bailey Harriet, the sophomore, will go to the line and shoot two. I mentioned Ridgefield's head coach, Don Cornelio, used to be an assistant coach at Laurelton Hall. Darien is coached by Mike Hanley and Ian Bossert. Offensive rebound there, no good for Laura Jennings. And a scramble on the floor for the ball. That's going to be a jump ball situation, and the arrow points to Ridgefield.
It was a nice scramble by, I noticed the freshman Lexi, number 30 for Darien, has come in and added some spark.
Witkowski.
Yeah, I should know. Karzewski should know the Witkowski, yes.
Damian Andrew alongside Shay Karzewski. Junior varsity girls basketball here at Darien High School.
Oh, nice hustle.
And a nice hustle play there by Penn Boucher, the junior from Darien. Turnover, here's Laura Jennings, and she's going to be fouled going to the basket. So the freshman Jennings will go to the line and shoot two. Under 2 minutes left in the first quarter, 8-4 Ridgefield.
And you said this Ridgefield team's been undefeated up to this point.
Yeah, having a good season. Had the chance to talk to their head coach, Don Cornelio, before the game, and he's been happy with the way this team has played. Jennings misses the first one.
Yeah, it's never easy in the FCAC. All the teams tend to be pretty strong.
Certainly one of the top conferences in the state, no doubt about that, in multiple sports.
Oh, good rebound.
And a nice rebound there by Lizzie Barber. Olivia Maniscalco with the ball. Her brother Aiden is hanging out with us, his DAF Media debut, directing for us, running the scoreboard. And that will be a foul on Jennings, and that'll be a timeout, Darien. 30-second timeout. So we have a chance to catch our breath here, or at least I do, as I'm running around right before the opening tip. We had a little technical difficulty. Apologize for that, but we are live streaming right now, and we thank you all for tuning in and joining us on this live stream of high school junior varsity girls basketball. And I know you're familiar with Darien High School. A couple of your daughters played sports here, so you know all about the FCAC and what kind of a conference it is.
Certainly know this gym. I think I even remember when the floor got its paint job a few years ago.
Certainly a lot of renovations in the last several years here at Darien High School. Lights for the football field now, and new turf at the Oval. And that'll be an over and back on Darien, so Ridgefield ball. Tigers up 8-4 here, under 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
And I think even in all the years my girls played, Ridgefield has always been a consistent basketball. They just feed kids in and out of the program, and teams are always good, always strong.
Great feeder program
even
up in Ridgefield.
Yeah, even at the youth level, they tend to be very strong, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams.
We'll talk more about the Ridgefield varsity team, but they're having a pretty good season under fourth-year head coach Tom DeMarzo. He has done a nice job with the Tigers program. And Olivia Maniscalco was fouled on the drive to the basket.
It was on the floor, not a shooter, but
and here's Lexi Witkowski, who you were talking about moments ago, inbounding the ball. Now she has the basketball. Far side of the court, puts it up.
I like how she goes strong to the hoop. She's not afraid to shoot. She finds space and takes a shot.
Great point. She's an aggressive player, sees the floor well. And that's going to be a 3-second violation on Catherine Garson, the freshman from Ridgefield. Under a minute remaining here in the opening quarter of this junior varsity girls basketball game between Darien and Ridgefield. Maniscalco with the ball far side of the court.
And I see there's Lily Haupt. She's my neighbor and sometimes babysitter.
This is why we bring you on these live streams, for that kind of anecdotal information. And your oldest daughter played lacrosse at Amherst, correct?
Still does.
Still does.
We're going into senior season.
So that's exciting.
It is exciting. It's going to be a busy spring for my husband and me. We're going to need a lot of babysitting. I'm going to have to call Lily.
So a rather low-scoring first quarter here between these two FCAC teams.
Yes, you're getting a big nod from Aiden here.
Olivia Maniscalco with the ball. And loose ball on the floor. We've got a tie up, and that's going to be Darien ball as they retain possession after the jump ball situation. So it's a Darien ball out of bounds. And inside to Lily Haupt, and she's going to be fouled, and she'll shoot 2. Of course, the Darien varsity team, coached by first-year head coach Melba Chambers, former Georgetown assistant coach, coached
terrific.
at the College of Charleston, and also played college ball at her alma mater, Georgetown.
And that's an impressive basketball resume.
She has quite the basketball resume, and trying to build this Darien girls basketball program that has had some recent success.
It looks like they're having a little. There's some real size under the hoop for Ridgefield there.
Yeah, Ridgefield is tall. It seems like Ridgefield, to your point moments ago, has always had some really tall players in their program.
Yes, they're always tall. And they always have a lot of guards who can shoot, and the total package usually. But it looks like, I've been following Darien's season and certainly the varsity.
And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. Yeah, the varsity we'll talk more about them throughout this live stream, and later on tonight we'll be broadcasting that game, Darien's varsity team playing Ridgefield. And they have had some success this season, struggling of late. They've lost their last 2 as they try to fight for a spot in the FCAC playoffs.
And that's always a big accomplishment. I think at Darien you get accustomed to teams continually making not just the state tournament, but the FCAC tournament. And certainly in sports like basketball, where there are so many strong teams throughout the FCAC, it's a real accomplishment to make it in.
No doubt about it. Again, thanks for joining us on this DAF Media Network broadcast of junior varsity girls basketball. The Ridgefield Tigers up 8-5 as we are about to begin the second quarter here at Darien High School. I want to give a shout out to our production crew. I've already mentioned Aiden Maniscalco. Charlie Sears is running camera 1 up top, bringing you all the visuals. Give him a shout out. And again, it's Damian Andrew alongside Shay Karzewski. The officials trying to get some information about DAF Media.
I think he wants to know why we're on his court.
We are brand new since the beginning of the school year, in case you're tuning in for the first time. And we do have some viewers out there watching this live stream, so we appreciate that. Junior varsity girls basketball, Darien Ridgefield. The second quarter is underway. And a competitive game early on. 3-point Ridgefield lead.
It looks like they're trying to move the ball. It's hard to get it inside. Like we said, they have height and length inside, and Darien's trying to keep it moving.
Ridgefield in a 2-3 zone defense here. Corner 3 is no good by Penn Boucher. Witkowski to inbound the ball. Witkowski far side of the court, and that is going to be a foul on Jillian Furman of Ridgefield, and it'll be Darien and ball out of bounds.
Now, we were talking earlier about the varsity coach, and then I noticed that tell me something about the JV coaching staff too, Damien.
Well, this
is all a new staff this
year.
This
is all a new staff, and they'll be Melba Chambers assistant coaches, Mike Hanley and Ian Bossert, who have done a really nice job with this Blue Wave junior varsity girls team.
Well, that's terrific. It's nice to see the amount of girls on the bench and in the program. Darien basketball doesn't always get the participation, and it's terrific. I think some of the older girls leading the varsity team have kept the excitement up and kept the program going, and certainly I see it with I know the 8th grade has a very strong group of girls coming in, 7th grade, and hopefully keep a lot of kids interested.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's all about growing the program, and it is a deep bench on this junior varsity girls basketball team for Darien. And that'll be a Darien ball as it goes off the Ridgefield player.
Well, I hope we get to double digits by halftime for somebody here.
Yeah, low-scoring first half between these two teams.
It's a defensive battle. Oh, what a nice play.
Witkowski can't get the bunny. And Ridgefield in transition. Nice pass up ahead to Kelly Chittenden, the freshman, and she lays it up and in.
A little press in the backcourt. They seem to have gotten through.
(10-5) Ridgefield here. And Catherine Garson at the line misses her first free throw. Off the mark. And it's tracked down by Isabel Trazi. Here's Garson underneath. 2 more for Ridgefield.
It's a tough play to stop.
And a little full court pressure by the Tigers here. Up 12-5. Witkowski breaks it herself, and she pulls up, stops, and off the front of the iron, out to Maniscalco. The shot is missed by Boucher, and
like,
here's Ridgefield in the open floor.
It's like Ridgefield likes to push the pace when they have the chance.
Use their defense to create some offense as they have pressured the ball a little bit more the last minute and a half. So it'll be Darien ball out of bounds as we get this situation squared away. Ridgefield stays in its full court press here.
Ooh.
Darien keeps possession. I'm sorry, Ridgefield keeps possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like somebody from Darien tipped it on the way out.
And that was Kira Williams just inside the three-point arc. Knocks it down to give the Tigers a 14-5 lead as they extend their lead. There's Witkowski trapped at midcourt. And it's going to be a timeout, Darien. Witkowski wanted a foul on that play. She didn't get the call. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. 14-5, Ridgefield. And again, it's so great having you on this live stream. Thanks
nice
for
to be here. Thank you.
We'll definitely, hopefully, it's the first of many down the road. And again, we've got the varsity girls basketball game tonight between Darien and Ridgefield coming up immediately after this one on the DAF Media Network.
And that should be an exciting game.
And Ridgefield, maybe the hottest team in the FCAC right now, coming off 8 straight wins.
Oh, my goodness.
Darien coming off 2 straight losses. And Darien, though, still has some work to do, but they do have a shot to make the FCAC tournament and the state tournament.
Yeah, the thing I've seen about Darien, too, is some of the players, I mean, everybody knows Christine Fiore and Katie Ramsey. But I've been watching Kelly Richter's been doing a lovely job taking care of the ball. One of the
Lindsay DeMonicus has played well, the sophomore.
And she and Gwen Dolce have put up some baskets when needed and really added and made it a more diverse offense.
Great point, Shay. And to your point, once Fiore and Ramsey graduate, the cupboard is not bare for Darien next season.
No, you certainly hope not. We worried that when Meg Marin and Kate Bushel were graduating.
You know, Kate Bushel's father, Brad, has been on the broadcast a few times for some high school girls basketball. And I did not know this about him, but he is in the Illinois High School Basketball Hall of Fame. How about that?
I'm not surprised.
Had a high school basketball career himself, just like his daughter here at Darien. And, of course, Kate Bushel went on to play college basketball at Hamilton in upstate New York. Division III program up there. Down court pass.
That was a walk. They should have called that, sorry.
And there is a tie-up, and it'll be Darien ball.
I'm not supposed to say that, am I? I'm not roughing. I'm just helping. Looks like we just had a series of about 3 steals in a row.
A little frenetic pace here in this one. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Ridgefield. Left-handed shot is up by Camara Cristodante. Can't get it to go. Jennings, the second effort underneath. And Ridgefield will bring it back out and reset their offense. Here's Jennings. No good.
I guess that was on Ridgefield.
And that's going to be a foul on Ridgefield's Laura Jennings, the freshman.
Darien's at the line. They're at 8 team fouls, so it looks like 1-1 here.
1-1 situation. And the steal by Maniscalco. And she gets tied up with Krista Dante, and it'll be Ridgefield ball. Boucher and Rachel Herget check into the game for Darien as the Blue Wave are now in a zone defense. Another tie-up. Boy, we've had more jump balls in this game. And we have been stuck on 14-5 here as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first half.
And this looks like a pretty young group, mostly sophomores and freshmen for Darien. So kids getting good experience, getting ready to play at the next level next season.
And that'll be an offensive charge on Isabel Trozzi. And we apologize. We've had some technical difficulties, a little spotty internet, if you will. 2:19 remaining, 15-5 Ridgefield in this junior varsity girls basketball game. The long three is good by
I think every team likes to have a shooter that can hit that off to the side three without.
And a quick 5 points for Ridgefield. The three was by Kamaya Cristodante. So it's Darien ball near midcourt.
And I remember, I think Penn Boucher was a freshman when my second was a senior in the program, and one of the new freshmen coming out for the program, and she's doing a great job here.
Great name, too, Penn. I like that name.
Yeah, I'm a Penn girl by college, so I like it. Yep.
And I'm a Penn State alum, so both spent our college years in Pennsylvania. And the offensive putback by Kat Garson, the freshman.
I'm not surprised this team is undefeated. They have an inside and outside game going right now.
And Garson will dress for the varsity game as well, and you can see why. She provides some size, some length in the post for the Ridgefield Tigers.
Well, it looks like she's only a freshman, so.
Bright future for her. And Boucher banks it in. And mass substitutions here for Darien as they bring a new 5 onto the floor. While a new 4, Boucher will check out after this free throw.
Now, does Darien dress any of these girls for varsity?
There have been some girls that have seen some minutes at the varsity level. Emma Blenke has dressed for the varsity this season. And that's a Ridgefield turnover, so Darien ball.
It'd be nice to capitalize, get a basket or two before the half.
Yeah, as Ridgefield has widened its lead here in the first half. This was an 8-4 game at one point in the first quarter. And Ridgefield's pressure has created some turnovers, and they've capitalized on some inside baskets. Here's Witkowski at the line. And off the front of the iron, Damian Andrew, Shea Karczewski, joining you on the DAF Media Network. This broadcast of JV girls basketball here between Darien and Ridgefield. Down court, nice pass.
Yeah.
Can't convert the layup though. Jamie Narciso was wide open after a nice pass by Krista Dante.
Yeah, Ridgefield moves the ball really quickly.
They do move the ball well. They like to get it and go in transition. And again, they continue to apply some pressure. And Witkowski breaks it herself, but then throws it away. And here's Kamaya Cristodante in the open floor. The three is up and no good by Bailey Harriet. Second effort, no good, and it's Cristodante for three, off the mark.
She's the one who had made the other from that spot.
Yep, she likes that spot on the floor. .6 seconds remaining in the first half. Ridgefield up big, 22-6. Krista Dante at the top of the key. Inside to Garson. And when she gets the ball down there in the pivot, she is hard to contain.
And so it's very hard to stop.
And another Darien turnover. Krista Dante has the presence of mind to get it to Jamie Narciso, and the freshman lays it up and in. And that will do it for the first half of this junior varsity girls basketball game between Darien and Ridgefield. The Ridgefield Tigers out to a commanding 26-6 lead. We will be right back and have second half action here from Darien High School. And we are back here at Darien High School for the second half of this junior varsity girls basketball game between Darien and Ridgefield, and just underway in the second half, and Ridgefield with a commanding 26-6 lead. This was a close game early on, but thanks to some full court pressure and some inside shots, the Blue Wave, or the Tigers rather, have pulled away. And that three is no good.
Yeah, I think the press really hurt Darien. I agree with you. They were having a lot of trouble getting through.
There's McKay, puts it up.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice shot.
Very
Nothing
nice.
but net that time. Again, thanks for watching this DAF Media Network broadcast. Damian Andrew alongside Shea Karzuski. And Garson fighting for the ball underneath. And that will be a foul on Liliana Cullen. And Kira Williams will go to the line for Ridgefield. Impressive JV team here for Ridgefield, as you mentioned in the first half. They've got some height, some size on the front court. Williams makes the first one. And the second one is off the back of the iron.
Ridgefield also really looks to try to push the ball whenever they have the opportunity, and everybody gets up court pretty quickly.
Yeah, good point. Darien turns it over. Up ahead to Jillian Furman. And again, Ridgefield doing a nice job on the offensive boards too. A lot of second chance points. And that'll be a Ridgefield turnover.
That was a nice defensive play. She set up quickly and caused the travel on the under the basket.
Lexi Witkowski into the game now, and she will bring the ball up the floor for the Blue Wave. And Darien turns it over. Had trouble against that Ridgefield zone defense. There's Kelly Chittenden, strong to the hoop, and she is fouled. And so she'll go to the line, and she'll shoot two, as Lily Haupt, your neighbor, whistled for the foul that time.
Uh-oh.
You'll have to talk to her about that. Here comes Melba Chambers into the gym. The Darien varsity coach in her first year as the head coach of the Blue Wave.
And you said a former
Georgetown
coach,
player.
assistant coach and player, wow.
Played at Georgetown, and then she coached at her alma mater, and then spent some time at the College of Charleston. So a Division I women's college basketball coach, now in their first season as the head coach of Darien. Recently got married, is in the area now in southwestern Connecticut, and she was looking for a program to coach.
We were lucky to have one.
So it worked out. And Ridgefield continues to be impressive on the offensive boards. And nice shot there by Kira Williams. She extends the Tigers' lead.
Well, the shooters like it when everybody's got to collapse on the big man and gives them a little bit of space, and if they can make the shot, you have a nice opportunity.
Yeah, Ridgefield has hurt Darien on the offensive boards and with their pressure. Darien now in his own defense, and that is going to be an offensive charge called on Catherine Garson. So she is whistled for the offensive charge. Didn't really care for that call, but she'll hustle back and
neither did I think her mom, who's yelling behind us.
Again, the Ridgefield junior varsity team, coached by Don Cornelio, used to be an assistant at Laurelton Hall.
That's a great basketball program, too. Laurelton usually is a top state contender.
They have had some terrific teams through the year, and yes, are very competitive come postseason time. And here's Ridgefield looking to push the pace. Turnover.
Nice steal.
And that's going to be a double dribble call on Rachel Herget. Again, want to give a shout out to our production crew here for DAF Media. Charlie Sears directing here in the second half, did a terrific job on camera one in the first half, and Aiden Maniscalco on camera one here in the second half.
A couple of offensive rebounds for Darien in this possession.
Here's Ridgefield. It's Williams. Can't convert the layup. Second effort's no good. And Garson underneath on the third attempt for Ridgefield, and she is fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot two. 4:44 left in the third quarter of this junior varsity girls basketball game between Darien and Ridgefield. And she banks it in. Now, I didn't hear her call that, but she banks it in and she'll take it. And she gets them both.
Not that one, though.
Garson has been impressive in this
I
game.
agree.
Her size down low has given Darien problems. Very difficult to defend in the pivot is Kat Garson. Here's Witkowski, pulls up. Maniscalco, the rebound. Witkowski, a second effort, and she is fouled. So a nice effort out of Lexi Witkowski for Darien.
I don't think at this point anybody's in foul trouble, but I did notice that Catherine Garson had, what, 2 offensive, and I think she may have just picked that one up, too.
I believe that is her third foul.
Okay.
And that didn't even graze the rim, so it'll be Ridgefield ball as they push it up. Kira Williams in the corner for Furman. Jillian Furman back out to Williams. And that's Garson on the baseline. It's too easy.
It's a good play.
Great ball movement that time by the Ridgefield Tigers. I want to thank all of you who are watching this DAF media broadcast of junior varsity girls basketball as Olivia Maniscalco is tied up. That's going to be a 5-second violation on her. So it'll be Ridgefield ball. And a number of substitutions for the Tigers as they put some fresh legs out on the floor. There's Kamaya Cristodante up top, running this Ridgefield offense. They get it down low to Jennings. And that shot
nice
was blocked by Witkowski. So to your point in the first half, Lexi Witkowski, there's some things about her game that you have to like. A heady player, hustles, and don't leave her open. Here's Boucher to
that
Herget.
was a nice pass.
Herget can't get the jumper to go down.
Oh, too bad.
Maniscalco, the second effort's no good. We're tied up, and it's Ridgefield ball.
It seems today Darien's had the toughest time both with the pressure, the court pressure, and then just the length of some of the girls. The size of Ridgefield under the hoop has been difficult. Because they've got some scrappy guards and...
Here's Jennings, banks it in. Laura Jennings, the freshman, puts Ridgefield up 35-8. Ridgefield does such a good job of pressuring the basketball and can't get it to go down, but Rachel Tomasetti will go to the line. They do such a good job of pressuring the basketball and forcing turnovers. This has got to be a little bit of a trip down memory lane for you with being in this gym again with both of your daughters having played here.
Yeah, the nicest, there were 2 years they played together, and that was terrific. That was a lot of fun. And they had a little bit, they talk about siblings and twins, and
yeah, no, absolutely.
They had some telepathic communication a little bit on the court.
Yep. Well, my wife and I have twins, and they're 7 years old. And there's some telepathic communication and some roughhousing as well in our household.
And you and your wife will be the last to know, too. They're going to have a lot of things they share between them.
No doubt. A nice shot as we're talking about our families. Penn Boucher, the baseline jumper's good, and a quick 4 points by Darien.
Terrific.
As Kelly McKay steals the inbounds pass.
Kelly McKay shoots a nice soft basket.
Kelly McKay and Penn Boucher did not play in the last Darien JV girls basketball game we covered, which was the Danbury game. They were both out sick, so nice to see them back out on the floor as we have a break in the action here. 36-12 Ridgefield. Damian Andrew alongside Shay Karczewski, and we want to thank you again, Shay, for being here and sitting in and commentating on this DAF media broadcast of junior varsity girls basketball. Of course, your two oldest daughters played right here in this gym for the Darien Blue Wave.
Lots of fun years. And more to come, because I have a 7th grader who I think would like to as well.
And you have a son, correct?
I do, 5th grader.
5th grader.
Yep. Went and broke the mold.
And Ridgefield turns it over. Here's Boucher, and she can't hold on to it. Up ahead to Krista Dante, and falls off the front of the rim. Krista Dante way outside for 3, and she hits the deep 3. So Kamaya Krista Dante, the freshman for Ridgefield, has had a couple of big 3s in this game.
And shooters love it when they get a window.
Absolutely.
And she's taken a few and made a few.
Yep. Of course, it's always great seeing DAF Media's Mark Maybell with his camera in hand, snapping some photos on the baseline.
Yeah, they're terrific shots.
Yeah, here's Krista Dante. Nice pass to Chittenden, but it was an even better defensive play by Penn Boucher to get her hand in there and knock it away.
Terrific, yep.
Knocks it out of bounds, so Ridgefield retains possession. The jumper is good by Jamie Narciso. So Narciso, the freshman, number of freshmen on this JV team for Ridgefield that certainly have a bright future on the hardwood.
Yeah, they're all contributing.
Struggle for the ball on the floor. And it'll be Ridgefield ball. Nice inside pass that time, but Harriet can't convert it, and guess who?
Yep.
Krista
I was
Dante.
thinking the same thing.
Kamaya Krista Dante up top for 3. as we're under a minute left in this third quarter of this JV game. And again, Ridgefield running the floor. Krista Dantes can't convert, but she is fouled. And a great show of sportsmanship that time by Liliana Cullen as she's whistled for the foul. Krista Dante hits the deck, and Cullen goes right over and gives her a hand. You always like to see that.
Well, certainly, that's the best part about high school sports is some camaraderie. And
certainly there are some FCAC rivalries that can get heated at times, but you do like to see that. Krista Dante gets the second one to go down. And this has been really all Ridgefield since the end of the first quarter. It was 8-4 at one point in this game, and an over and back violation on Darien. It was 8-4 at one point in this game, and Ridgefield has just run away. But again, this is a Ridgefield JV team that is undefeated. Krista Dante off the back of the iron from beyond the three-point arc. And that'll be Darien ball as the possession arrow favors the Blue Wave. And a nice steal by Rachel Tomasetti. So Tomasetti with a nice steal picks the pocket there. And she's going to be fouled as she goes to the basket by Kelly McKay. First one is no good. Second one is up and good for Rachel Tomasetti, the freshman. Maniscalco throwing it up near midcourt, trying to get something at the buzzer, and time runs out on Darien. It's 46-12. Ridgefield, it has been all Tigers here in this junior varsity game from Darien High School.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Ridgefield just brings them in year after year, and they've got height and they can shoot, and a lot of them play year-round, so they have a lot of basketball IQ, and I think that shows even on a JV team. The kids coming in know what to do in situations a little bit more.
Much like Darien, Ridgefield is a community that has great youth sports programs, and they do like their sports in Ridgefield. And as a result, year in and year out, you see the Tigers doing well in not just girls basketball, but a number of sports in the FCAC.
The soccer team's been terrific the last couple of years as well.
So the fourth quarter is underway of this JV girls basketball game. And long three, that's a two actually, foot was on the line, Bailey Harriet.
You caught that, I didn't. I would have said three.
Actually, that was Jillian Furman with the three. And Ridgefield in a 2-3 zone defense. Long three that time by Maggie Moffitt is no good.
Too much on that one, so.
Off the backboard, and Ridgefield stays in that zone defense. That'll be a kick on Ridgefield. Darien ball out of bounds. Witkowski will inbounds this ball to Maggie Moffitt.
Looks like the two varsity squads are getting ready and
starting to stretch out and get ready for what will be a very important varsity girls basketball game for Darien. I mean, they're all important at this time of the year. We're past the midway point, but Darien still with some work to do at 5-5 to make not only the state tournament, but the FCAC tournament. Got to have 8 wins to get into states.
As we've said earlier, too, the FCAC is just loaded with basketball talent.
Yep.
It really is. There are a lot of good programs, good schools, good players. And so making it into FCACs and states is a big accomplishment.
Absolutely. Some might say it's an even bigger accomplishment to win an FCAC championship than to win a state championship.
I think so. I think my girls would have said, I think they would have taken the FCAC over. Yeah, certainly.
Just so many natural rivalries, obviously, in southwestern Connecticut. And, of course, the Darien boys basketball team on the road tonight in Ridgefield. Ridgefield, one of the top boys teams in the FCAC this season. Of course, they won it all last year. They won the FCAC championship last year in a great game against Wilton at Fairfield University in front of a packed house. The boys team struggling a bit this season, just 1 win in the FCAC. Last year, I don't know if you know this, but they were the 2 seed going into the FCAC tournament. They were bounced in their first game by Danbury, but a terrific season last year for the Darien boys basketball team. They are coached by Sheroy Bentley, who played at Harding, was a tremendous high school player at Harding, and then he played college basketball in Philadelphia at St. Joe's for the longtime Hawks head coach Phil Martelli. And Sheroy is the son of Charlie Bentley, who is one of the all-time winningest head coaches in boys basketball in Connecticut history. Charlie Bentley at Harding High School won 9 state championships and had over 600 wins.
Wow.
I believe when he retired...
That's basketball pedigree for you.
I believe when Charlie Bentley retired from Harding, he was the second all-time winningest coach in the history of Connecticut high school boys basketball.
Yeah, last year was an interesting season. That was Alex Preston's.
Yeah, Alex Preston.
Yeah. Yep. And he really finished strong.
Tremendous
his high school
player.
Career.
Tremendous boys basketball player, tremendous boys volleyball player. And he is playing Division III college basketball now on the West Coast at Pomona Pitzer, which used to be just Pomona College. See, I told you we'd just have some conversation here. And this game has been all Ridgefield, this JV girls basketball game. Tigers with a commanding 49-12 lead. Ridgefield has not lost a JV game all season. And the varsity team has won 8 straight. We'll have the varsity game coming up a little later here on the DAF Media Network.
With my friend Barry.
With Barry Cronin will be joining us in the broadcast booth, or location, if you will. Ridgefield always looking to push the pace, Shea Karczewski, as now they'll pull it out a little bit and run some clock.
They still want to take those corner shots. Well, they still want to make those corner shots, too.
And that was Isabel Trazi, the sophomore, just inside the three-point line. Ridgefield in a zone defense, and that'll be up and down by Kinga Shrednika.
It sure can be disheartening, too, when you're playing a team that just doesn't seem to want to miss too many threes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're feeling it. It's the net's kind to them, and or the rim, I should say.
Absolutely.
And that's always tough, because you can do a lot, but if you leave the shooters open and they're going to hit.
Yep, sometimes the iron is kind in basketball. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on this broadcast. Obviously, we had some technical difficulties, missed the first 2 minutes of the game. We apologize for that. That seems to have been ironed out, and we are live streaming here on the DAF Media Network, high school girls basketball. JV game between Darien and Ridgefield. Long three is no good by Kelly Chittenden, and here comes Penn Boucher. Tries to go behind the back, but she has her pocket picked by Jillian Furman. Chittenden. Long two is no good. We've got a tie up on the floor, and it'll be Blue Wave ball.
That's Penn Boucher again under the basket, though, sneaking in and getting a couple rebounds against the bigger girls on Ridgefield.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to the Darien JV coaches the other day, and they have been pleased with the way Penn Boucher has played this season. She's had a nice season.
And we like her name.
We love her name. There's some great names, by the way, Shay, on this Darien JV girls basketball team. Maniscalco, Shrednika, Boucher, Witkowski. And now Ridgefield just try to kill some clock here.